Batman is dead, and a powder keg has ignited Gotham City without the Dark Knight to protect it. In the wake of Bruce Wayne's murder, his adopted son, Turner Hayes, is framed for his killing, with the charismatic and hard-charging District Attorney Harvey Dent and the GCPD hot on his trail. Turner must rely on allies, including his best friend and formidable coder Stephanie Brown, the Joker's daughter, and unlikely Batman sidekick Carrie Kelley. However, they soon learn there's a larger, more nefarious force at work within Gotham City. This team of mismatched fugitives must band together to become its next generation of saviors, known as the Gotham Knights. Hello, entertainment enthusiasts. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm, and today I am going to start my review of Season 1 of Gotham Knights. As always, spoilers are involved. Now, just to let you know, I am doing this instead of extrapolations. I think I had mentioned that on my comments page, just because I just didn't find extrapolations to be all that interesting. So with that, we're going to try out Gotham Knights, which I did do a video short for. So here we go with episode number 1.
After my parents were murdered, I was adopted by the richest man in the city.
Okay, so we're getting an introduction here to Gotham.
In a city filled with orphans. Why me? Turns out, that wasn't the only secret he was keeping.
And as far as I know, we're getting totally new characters.
He hid from the world who he really was.
Of course, it's Batman, Bruce Wayne.
But then again, so did I. Pretending to fit into a world I didn't belong.
And Turner Hayes, his son, adopted son.
Who's up for a party at my house?
And sort of the rich kid party boy, but responsible. And this actor's name is Oscar Morgan, and he's 23, so he's a little older for the role than I would like, but I think he fits it pretty well.
Hey, guys.
And so we'll see how he develops.
Nice reflexes. Thanks.
Okay, that's important. She's important. And
Guys, come on. There are 30 other rooms in this place to hook up, and that's a 17th century couch.
of course, I mean, that's the only place to do it. Love covering that camera there.
Come along, team. Crime is money. Who broke into the place was fancy?
I love this crew. I really do.
Duella, can we focus on our plan, please?
Somebody beat me to it.
Okay, there's a problem here.
All right.
She's not just any old gun.
I love talking about this gun.
She's the one Joe Chill used to pop Bruce Wayne's mom and dad. The barrel's warm.
It's a little eerie that they're talking about it, but I love that they're talking about the gun.
It's been fired recently.
And that's going to be bad news for you. And so, of course, there's Bruce Wayne. Okay, so just real quick here, I really like this whole opening, and that they just did it. They did the thing. They didn't take forever. They killed Bruce Wayne. They got to the next part of the story. I love that idea. Also, I really like this crew. I know some people complain about them, but I think they have really good chemistry and they work really well together. So I'm going to be interested to see how they are put together, especially when you add Turner.
Gents, you want to see this?
Okay, that's got to be tough right there.
Bruce.
And they had his face covered with that Batman mask. Trying to escape, of course. Okay, they're trying to get out.
Suspect spotted entering north stairwell. Copy that.
Okay, he's sort of got a brain on him.
Visual confirmation. North stairwell, north stairwell.
All units, converge on the north stairwell.
I love this part. This is one of my favorite parts of this first episode. I mean, that was sort of cool too.
Harvey.
Turner. It's your father.
And this has to be hard to do.
He's dead.
Just the look of hurt on his face. I thought he really nailed that.
There are going to be some things coming out about your dad. So I have to ask you this.
And then Misha Collins is great.
Did you know he was Batman?
He can't be Batman.
And that was awesome right there, just the look on his face about Batman.
Batsuit. Huh? He would have told me.
And I'd be upset too.
And he sure as hell was not sneaking out at night fighting bad guys.
Okay, so this may be a little iffy part. But I want to remind everybody, if you're not looking for something, sometimes you're not just going to walk by and think something's obvious. This is probably my second favorite, than walking into the Batcave. It honestly gives me chills just watching that video.
Oh my God.
It's true.
And seeing them come in and just the realization of what that would mean. And so basically this gets us through the murder of Batman, Bruce Wayne. We find out, of course, that that he does not know that his dad was Batman. He was shocked. He was hurt. He's sad. He's grieving because the way it's set up, it seems like he really did have a good relationship with Bruce Wayne. And Bruce Wayne, of course, had adopted him. We're going to get to hear a nice little eulogy here in a few minutes. And so I liked a lot about this. And I love the way they got out, where they made up, told them North Tower, but they took the South Tower. I thought that was nice.
Thousands have lined the streets to honor the city's fallen hero, Bruce Wayne, who Gotham has now learned was Batman.
So I'm sorry the things that flash in. I can't really help that.
For years, you knew Bruce Wayne as Gotham's most prominent businessman.
But it wasn't something I really wanted to cut out, especially with the
And now you know him
credits.
as the city's savior, Batman. But to me,
I really love his speech here.
he was just my dad. Yet he insisted on saving one more. Me.
He goes through all that, and there's this element of sadness in his voice.
An orphan himself. He was no stranger.
The intercutting back and forth here, I really like that as well.
But instead of retreating into despair,
again, love the intercut here. His speech.
strong enough to defy the darkness.
You just got to imagine the hurt that he's feeling. And I love the pictures of them being arrested. Of course, here's the important girl again. She's going to come back up. She caught the vase earlier.
Turner. I just got word GCPD apprehended the killers.
Okay, so
With no Batman, who's going to solve the murder of Bruce
boy,
Wayne?
that is a dig towards the police. I'll tell you right there.
Knights, who we know named.
Cressida.
Your father had Alfred. You have me.
Okay, so I guess that's a new character, Cressida.
Born in Arkham Asylum.
Okay, and this is supposedly the Joker's daughter.
I would like to speak with my legal counsel.
And, you know, I'll be interested to see what happens.
On you.
So, is it true?
She actually has a different last name
Are you really the Joker's daughter? Is that why you murdered Batman?
on the cast list, so I'll be interested to see what happens.
Can't be easy. Now that the whole world knows that your dad's...
Yeah, that has to be crazy going back to school after that.
I don't know how you kept that secret for this long.
Brody,
I didn't know.
Okay. So with that, we go through the funeral scene, and again, I thought his speech was a very big up for me. I really enjoyed that. Also, there with them starting the interrogation of the crew, and we get introduced to the Joker's daughter. We'll see if that's really who she is.
I'm sure there's a reason he didn't tell you.
There's one thing they don't have. A bat.
Okay, so we're going to become a detective here and try to figure it out.
Harper Row, straight A's, honor roll.
So, Harper Row.
I had to get me and my brother out of there.
Your brother.
Cullen
And then
Rowe.
we've got Cullen Rowe, who is a trans.
Really? Because your birth certificate says you were born.
Don't use his dead
I like that they said something about that.
It was me. I'm the one who killed Bruce Wayne. But my brother...
Of course, Harper's trying to protect her brother here.
All we know is that the killers were paid $100,000 in cash. Just give me the name of who paid them. That a match?
Okay, I wonder who.
17 withdrawals over 4 days. Same account. Exact amount paid to the killers.
Okay, so we're going to find out who it is.
Whose account is it?
Yours.
That's a big whoops right there.
I think they already did.
Okay, so big news there.
Turner Hayes, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say...
And I love, anytime he's walking.
Harvey, I didn't do this.
He just seems like he has a lot of charisma, and I really like those scenes.
Bruce Wayne made an appointment to alter his last will and testament. Wanted to change the beneficiary.
Okay, that could be a problem.
Sounds like a hell of a motive to me.
They think I killed my dad because I wanted his money?
Okay. That's a good reason.
You told me not to say anything without an attorney.
Turner, I talked to Cressida.
Okay, you're getting...
Your dad's law firm is refusing to represent you. The night he was killed, this was found on your father.
You're getting hung out to dry, and that's a coin.
Apparently it's a 6th century Athenian coin.
That's the coin we saw him holding earlier. And so, just to talk about a few things here. The arrest, basically, going into the Batcave, love that scene, huge up for me. Also, them playing detectives. I want this to be very much a detective type show. I want them to stay away from the supernatural as much as possible, especially things like magic. You know, I'm a fan of Titans, but it's got a little out of hand because it's very magic oriented. I want this to be more real world oriented, and it looks like that's what they're trying to do here, but we'll have to see.
It's the Bat Brat.
Okay, I love her nickname for him.
When he started banging this little size 2 get out of jail free card named Harley Quinn.
Okay, absolutely love that they mentioned Harley Quinn in the Joker.
I did not pay you to kill my dad.
Okay, so...
You don't know anything about me.
Get away from him.
Harper, I don't need you fighting my battles for me, all right?
So, Colin has some issues here.
Your prints are all over the damn gun!
So, Colin's sister is overprotective.
Settle down!
So, they started a nice little fight there with the cops.
Get these animals cuffed and stopped.
I'd like my one phone call now, please.
Okay. I quite enjoyed that scene. I love a good
Should
fight.
you be using your one phone call to talk to a lawyer or somebody?
Now, I need you to find out who put it there.
Okay, so love a good fight there.
You're the only one who can get me out of this stuff.
And all this is building this group's togetherness.
I just want to say, great job back there. But the fight, you made it look so good.
And I think the group, as they go on.
That was supposed to be fake.
Well, the punches were real enough.
And much of the feelings behind them.
but we had to lure the cops in
As the
somehow.
group goes, the chemistry is great, I think.
We didn't kill your dad any more than you did.
5 minutes in a cell with you, and we knew you didn't have the brains to be the brains behind this
Yeah,
brain
he's sort
job.
of a pretty boy.
Because the only way the setup works is if we all end up dead.
Unless you want to join us in getting out of here.
I think I would want to get out of there.
Time to pick a side.
Okay, so we're going to get a breakout here. And she's trying to get out of her handcuffs.
Cullen and Harper had no problem getting theirs off.
What?
She sort of set them up there for that.
What's it gonna be, Bat Brat?
Bat Brat again, love that. Okay, maybe should have been a little more careful there. I love how vehicles wreck like that. That doesn't happen.
And if you all don't back off, I'm gonna give him back the bullets.
So he's a good guy by heart.
No! What are you doing?
And I think this is going to be seen later.
We can't prove we're not killers by killing someone.
I love that line. It's got to be...
She's right, you know.
What? He's in
It's
on
got to be an idea they're going to go back to later.
I hope Daddy's proud of you. You're about to
Okay, this
join
looked
him.
a little bit dire for our team.
No hard feelings, kid.
Oh. Oh, what is that? Guess who's coming to dinner?
Who the hell are you?
I'm Robin. Carrie Kelley.
From Trey.
Okay, we've mentioned that girl a couple times already. We saw her.
You almost just got us killed.
I know. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
That was a good looking slap. I love the music here. I really like the music and how that's handled.
Mutant gang threw him off the roof of my apartment. I dragged him to safety. Not a bad way to meet
Little
your
background there on Robin.
You knew my dad in a way I never will.
I knew him well enough to know that you were the thing he loved most in this world.
Okay, very emotional right there.
He didn't want you to follow down that path.
It's supposed to sort of tug at your heart.
You both lost so much. He was so impressed that you never gave into the darkness like he did.
I've never thought about that before.
But he always used to tell me that his hero was you.
To hunt down these fugitives.
Sort of that inner darkness Bruce Wayne fought with.
Harper and Cullen Rowe, the Joker's daughter,
Right, so Stephanie's going to the Batcave.
and Bruce Wayne's own son, Turner Hayes.
So we got Harvey Dent there.
We're gonna find who really killed my dad and clear our
Now they're
names.
back in that little tower and they find out the bad news.
Joker's delusional daughter, a sidekick, Batman's orphan. We're a lot of things, but we're not cops.
Okay, but you can sort of be detectives.
I swiped this from Ford during our escape.
We should have just let him kill us.
It was on a coin my dad had.
It's the symbol of the Court of Owls.
The fear she had in her face to start with, I thought was crazy there.
Beware the Court of Owls that watches all the time.
I get chills as she goes through this.
Ruling Gotham from a shadowed perch, behind granite and lime. They watch you at your hearth. They watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word of them.
So Cressida, or whatever her name is, involved.
Or they'll send the Talon for your head.
Okay, that's a little bit on the scary side there. Okay, and so with that, that is basically the end of episode 1. And I want to go through and make a couple quick points. I don't want this to be a extremely long video, so I'm going to keep it to just some initial thoughts and reactions. And some of this is going to be where I think people may have trouble. First thing, I love the music. I love the photography. I love that they have chosen to use this darker color to film in, and it's not showing a lot of color. I don't really usually like that, but I think for what they're doing here, I think it really works for them. And so I really enjoyed that. And I think the sort of the way they showed the city and the cinematography, I think all that was just excellent. Okay, let me talk about the characters. Most of these characters are rather unknown. The actors, first off, very unknown. Most of them late teens, early 20s. A little bit older, especially for Turner, than I would have liked for the role. But he's okay. I like him. He's very charismatic. As for the other characters, I know there are going to be lots of people complaining about the trans character of Cullen, and I quite enjoyed his character. I thought he was one of the more, he's smart, he's tough, and I thought he was a pretty good character. I loved the Joker's daughter. Okay, I thought she was extremely good. I thought she had great chemistry with Turner, and so I'm looking forward to seeing sort of what they do. Harper still sort of out there, don't know much about her. Stephanie, his best friend, and also Robin, they're sort of out there. They've got to develop them a little more. I will tell you, I do expect people to really be upset with having a female Robin. People, it's okay. This is Gotham Knights, and one of the things I loved about this, it's a huge up for me, is that they basically killed off Batman. They got rid of him. It's not going to be about Batman. Batman's not going to come in and help. And so with that, they're bringing in Robin. I think if you would have brought in characters that people were familiar with, let's say Damian Wayne, I'd heard that name thrown out there some, or even the Dick Graysons, Jason Todds of the world, to be Robin, I think all that's too familiar. People are going to have 10,000 different negative opinions on why those people shouldn't be used. So I very much like this idea of opening it up and basically bringing in a whole new group of characters to play in the show. Okay, I think that's going to be one of the most positives. And so far, their chemistry has been absolutely awesome. Now, on a much smaller level, we got to see moments. Okay, I loved that intro where Turner was describing being adopted. I loved the moment where he was giving the speech, the eulogy at the graveside. I thought those were very well written. They were moving, and it basically set his character up, I think. When you had Harvey asking him if he knew Bruce Wayne was Batman and his reaction there. You also, just several reactions like that from him, I thought really were extremely strong. And I think he's a very charismatic actor. And brings, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like authority, but he's walking and he's the center of attention. And I like that. Now, I can't sit here and just praise it because there's some issues. Some of the writing, there's some spots, there's some sketchy things going on, throwing him in the cell with the rest of the crew. Not sure that would have actually happened like that, unless they were trying to get something to happen. The police were, if that was part of the plan. Don't know that would have really happened like that. There's some other things going on there that's very much in that same idea, how realistic it is it? But I think overall it was pretty well written. It's not perfect, okay, and I think they need to improve. But they definitely have the meat and bones here to have something that's pretty good, despite what the critics think so far. And with that, I'm going to give this first episode a B-, okay, because I want to give some room to grow, and also I don't usually rate intro episodes quite as high, and so we'll give that a B-. I will tell you, the next episode will be out later this week. This is dropping, today would be Tuesday, on which tonight is the second episode, and since I decided to do what I'm doing, The second episode will probably drop later this week, maybe Saturday, Friday or Saturday, probably Saturday. And so with that, I hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below. And I'll see you next time on the Fandom Realm.